Hello everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk and thank you very much for joining me today. This is what I've been making today. It is a gift box and it's quite deep actually. It's 1.5 inches deep and it's 3 inches square. Will hold quite a substantial little gift actually. Hi everybody, it's Keren here from tuppencecoloured.co.uk. Thank you very much for joining me today. This is what I've been making today. It's a gift box. It's quite deep. It's 1.5 inches deep, so would hold quite a lot of little goodies actually. And if you stay with me, I will show you how I made it. Here are the supplies that I'm going to be using today. I have a piece of basic grey card, which is 7.5 inches by 9 3/4 inches. And I've cut myself a square from one of the pieces of DSP in the Warmth and Cheer stack, and this is 2 3/4 inches on a side. I've got a couple of scraps of card. This is Delightful Dijon and this is Basic Grey that I'm going to be using to punch things out of later. The stamp set that I'm using is Holly Jolly Layers, and I'm going to be using this stamp. Now, this is a reward stamp set, and you can only purchase it if your order is £150 or more. But once you hit that threshold, then this is one of the things that you can choose. Actually, you can choose to buy anything from the catalogue, but this then becomes available to you, and it's only available as a reward. I'm going to be stamping in basic black ink, and I have the Delightful Dijon Grosgrain ribbon, which is one of the 3 colours that you get in the triple pack, which is in the autumn and winter catalogue. So that's what I'm going to be using. So I'm just going to get started. I'm going to start by scoring the basic grey on the short side, and I'm going to score at 3/4 inch, 2 1/4 inches, 5 1/4 inches, and 6 3/4 inches. And now I'm going to turn it, and I'm going to score on the long side at 1 1/2 inches, at 4 1/2 inches, at 6 inches, and at 9 inches. And all of these measurements are in my notes, and I will put this on my blog, and you can get there from the more information box below. Next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to burnish my score lines. So I'm just going to now this side with the narrow flap is going to be the flap that comes over. So this is going to be the base of my box, and I've got a 3/4 inch circle punch here, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball so that I've got it reasonably even in the middle, and I'm just going to snip out a little arc there so that you've got somewhere to put your thumb to help you open the box when it's finished. Okay? Right, so now that I've done that, I need to do some cutting away. Now I'm going to cut away the pieces of card that I don't need. So I don't need this piece here, and I don't need this piece here. Okay, and I don't need any of this. So all of these pieces can come away. I don't need any of this. So all of those pieces can come away. And cutting in as far as there and as far as there. And I'm going to cut about halfway along that flap. Okay, just about there. And same thing on this side. Okay, and I don't need these pieces here. Right, and now I'm going to cut for my flaps. So let me see, how do I want them? Yes, like that. And I'm going to cut out my little slivers. Not very tidy, let's do it again. And along here. Cut out my slivers. And I'm going to do one more bit of cutting, and I'm going to chop these corners here off to about 45 degrees ish. And I'm just going to slim down this piece here. So that is what I have. It's going to be easiest to put the DSP onto the lid of the box while the box is disassembled. So I'm going to go and do that now. So I have some snail here present, and I'm just going to apply that to the back of my square of DSP, and I'm going to carefully line that up where I want it to be. And that is sitting there quite nicely. Right, now turn my box over, and on these two flaps here I'm going to put some fast fuse. So light touch and flick, and get started, and a light touch. Why is that catching there? Light touch and flick. And now I'm going to fold over these flaps and press them down. And that will now give the lid of my box a very nice finished appearance with no raw edges. Okay, so for the rest of it, as we have the fast fuse conveniently to hand, let's apply some to each of the flaps of the box. And I don't know why my fast fuse is doing that. It's getting caught up on a piece of sticky bit that's kind of got caught. Come on, fuse, behave. That's better. Doesn't want to play today. Oh, that's more like it. That's what we want to see. You could use liquid glue for this. I wouldn't use snail. Tape would be fine, tearing tape, something like that. Whatever you like, really. It's entirely up to you. So this is going to fold up so, and that is going to fold up so, and then these pieces are also going to fold in and fold in, and we'll press them down. And one of the things that I did before I put this all together was I cut some little, I cut away the edges of these flaps here, because these are going to fold in like that, and then that is going to come in like that, and there is my my little deep box. Now I'm ready to do some stamping. So I have my stamp already mounted up onto my clear block, my little scrap of basic grey, and I'm using archival black ink. And I'm going to ink up my stamp. Now I have been doing it by going tap, 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 tap over the ink pad, and then I haven't been getting a terribly brilliant result. And I've even re-inked the pad, which I now think probably it didn't need, because actually what I should have been doing was applying the ink by pressing firmly and twisting, and that way I get a really, really good coverage. And I'm just checking that there aren't any bits of fluff that have got onto my stamp, because the first take I did, I don't know, somehow or other something got on there. So I'm just going to press down, and then I'm going to press quite firmly, and I'm going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there we go. That's a nice clean impression. Just put my ink pad away. I'm just going to give this a wipe with a paper towel just for now. I will clean it properly with my Stampin' Scrub later. And I have a 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and this fits pretty much exactly, actually. And actually my scrap of paper could have done with being slightly bigger, really, for comfort, but never mind. I could get a bit of a post-it note and stick it on, but I think I'm going to be okay. Right, so that fits just about exactly into the 1 3/4 inch circle punch, and there we have it. Okay, you lose a tiny little bit of border, but we ain't going to die in a ditch over that. I'm going to bring back my delightful Dijon scrap, and this time I have a 2 inch circle punch, and same thing, going to punch out a circle. Right, and I'm going to layer these up with some dimensionals, which are just about here. Actually, what I am going to do before I get into the whole dimensional thing is apply that to the front of me box, like so. Right, so I'm going to put this one onto the front of the box, and I can use snail for this because it's not going to have to take any sort of oh, what's the word? It's not going to take any kind of rough handling. It's not going to take any strain. That's kind of what I'm looking for. So get that fairly centered, and a couple of dimensionals onto the reverse here. We'll have 3, and just take off the backing, which gets everywhere. I even found one on the carpet of an hotel room I was staying in once. I hadn't been doing any crafting there. I think it just sneaked into my suitcase. How dare it? Okay, right, and there we go. And I'm going to put one more bit of decoration. I have my delightful Dijon grosgrain ribbon, and I'm just going to tie a knot in the end, just like that, because this is intended as a gift for a gentleman, and a bow might be a little bit too fancy. So I'm just going to trim that off about there. Don't want too much. And let's trim the other end to match. So around about there. Not going to die in a ditch over it. That'll do nicely. Okay. And have my glue dots. Let's see if they want to play today. Okay. Pick up a glue dot with my piercing tool, and which side's going to be the back? That I think is going to be the back. Pick up the whole thing. Stick that down. Whoops, didn't want to do that. Okay. Oops. It's okay, we can fix it. So just take that off, and I'm going to detach this. Fortunately, the snail Oops. I am so glad I didn't use fast fuse, because that would have been funny. Okay, so let's take the remains of that glue dot off. I'm not going to push my luck with the glue dots. And let's put another one on. Okay. I'm going to leave that in. I am going to leave that in. Oops, indeed. Yes, I did not want that to happen, so let's push that up. So it might be better if you do it in that position. Word to the wise. Or even before you put the box together. That would be even better. Okay? So I make these mistakes so you don't have to. There you go. Okay, and that is the box. All done. Here's my box, ready for me to pop my little gifts inside. And this box I've made to hold a Secret Santa gift. And I just want to explain that in the office where I work, when we do our Secret Santa draw, if you like, we don't choose a specific individual. You choose a lady or a gent. So you're going to be buying for one of your female colleagues or one of your male colleagues. And we have a very strict limitation on how much you can spend on your gift, and it's a maximum of £1. All right, and that's really challenging to get something that's, you know, not complete rubbish for £1. And this year, this is what I've got. I've got some of these, and these were a pack of 6 that were £3. So I reckon that makes them £50 each. So I'm going to put 2 of them in this little box here, and I've got the solutions, which I've stuck down with tape, so no cheating, boys. And I've wrapped up my metal puzzles in some bubble wrap so that they don't rattle around. And I'm just going to pop them inside, and there we are. So I do hope that you've enjoyed. I hope that you've enjoyed this video, and if so, please do take a little moment to comment, to like, to share. If you want to visit my blog and my Facebook page, information is below this video, as is the link to my online Stampin' Up shop. I will be posting more videos soon, so please do check back, and if you've really liked my video, then please do think about subscribing to my channel. But for now, thank you very, very much for joining me, and I hope that I will see you again soon. Bye bye.